Hello, welcome back to this channel, or welcome to this channel. My name is Jackie and I'm clearly obsessed with planners and journals. Today it is that time of the year when we are just ready for a fresh start and we are ready to move into new planners or to keep using our planners and journals that we started at the beginning of the year. But it's always an exciting time of the year where we are just like looking forward to the rest of the year, and hopefully the second half of 2020 will be kinder to all of us and bring us more justice as well. Anyhow, today I'm going to be talking about each of the planners and journals that I've been using or that I was supposed to be using, and I will also be talking about the ones that are going to retire and the ones that I will keep using and how I intend to keep using them. And also we have some new faces around here. I will also be talking about One Book July, and I know you are thinking, are you crazy? You have a lot of planners on your table right now. Are you really participating in One Book July? And the answer is I'm going to try, and I will let you know how in this video. I will mention it very briefly because there is a video coming up all about that, so this one won't be too long. So I'm already talking a lot, and this is going to be a chatty video, so I highly encourage you to grab a hot beverage or a cold beverage because summer, and let's just hang out and talk about planners. Cheers! Okay, so we are just going to start with the elephant in the room, this little chunky guy, my Hobonichi original, the A6 size, and I already moved into this cover. This was my first Hobonichi cover. I think it's from 2017. And I already told you I've been feeling nostalgic regarding my planning journey, so I decided to move into this cover. And as you can see, I've been using a lot of this planner and I'm just loving how chunky it is getting. I just have it wrapped around. This is a traveler's notebook elastic band, and yeah, I've been using it a lot. I've been loving it. There are just a few blank pages that I need to come back and do something from when I was not using this planner, but I will keep using it because this is kind of my big project for 2020, and I want to finish this. I want to see how it will look with all the pages like filled out and how chunky it will get and if it will survive or not. It already started broken a little bit of the binding system, not the binding system, like I just had to glue it again, but nothing major. It was still holding up. It was just like a piece of paper that was like floating around. So it's holding up pretty well up until now, and I cannot wait to see how this is going to turn out for the rest of 2020. This is kind of my more personal journal, but not that personal. I don't write a lot of personal things in here, but it's kind of a place where I do some collages and paints and a little bit of creative journal, but it's all about things that happened throughout the day, and it will keep being that way and I will keep using it. Next, we are keeping with the Hobonichis that are staying, and we are talking about my work planner, which is in a full year Hobonichi cousin and in this beautiful Gillio Firenze Appunto A5 cover, and this is the rust color. And I will probably not be using this a lot throughout July just because of One Book July, but I will probably come back to it, especially if we went back to working outside our homes. I don't know how that's going to work, but I consider that this is going to stay in my planning system, even if I'm not going to be using it a lot throughout July. Next, another Hobonichi cousin in another Gillio Firenze Appunto A5 cover, and this is in the undyed version, and this was my art journal, and it is also a full year cousin, as you can see here, but throughout lockdown I just stopped using it. I wasn't happy like going back to the pages where things were happening, and I don't know, it was not bringing me a lot of joy, so I decided to move back to my A6 that you just saw. But I missed the cousin size so much, and I talked a lot about that in my Let's Talk Creative Journal video that I will link up here and down in the description box if you want to know more about all of those changes. But I am going back to a cousin, and I'm going to be using the second half of my avec cousin that was for work before I moved to a full year cousin. So yeah, this is kind of like, it's not this one, this project is done. I'm not coming back to this full year cousin, at least not in the near future, but I am keeping up with a cousin size for some art journaling. And I am going to post a setup video for each of these planners that I'm going to use, but just a sneak peek because I just love how this turned out. And yeah, basically this is going to be an art journal it's kind of related to my daily things that are happening in my life, but I want to like be more creative with collages and with watercolors and experiment with other media. So I do not necessarily need to write down about things that happened on that specific day, but I do know that these will probably coincide with the use I'm giving to this A6, so I will probably not use both of them every single day, and that's where something new enter in my planner system. And this is the Happy Planner Skinny Mini, and this, I think it's like brilliant. It's called something like that. Let me just open it because of the glare. So since of course I won't have time to journal every single day in 2 different journals, and maybe I will just do it like once a week or in a couple of days or whenever I have the time. So I decided to get a Skinny Mini from Happy Planner because I recently kind of rediscovered Happy Planner, and I have an unboxing video of my main Happy Planner that I will also link up here and down in the description box. But I'm already diverging a lot. And anyhow, so I thought I was going to use this little planner because it's small, it's compact, and I decided to use it just to mark down with pen and only pen things that happened that specific day. So whenever I have the time to journal, I can just refer back to this and do some journaling when I have the time, because that's one of the biggest problem that I had with my journals, is because I tend to forget, especially during lockdown, that we are not doing a lot of exciting things, and I forget like things that happened on each days. But there are always like special little things that happen throughout the day. You just need to pay attention to them. So that's kind of what I want to do here. So if I'm really busy with my work, I can just come here and write down what happened that specific day. And then when I have the time to journal, I can just reference back to these and journal. So I'm really glad I added something like this. And of course I could use one of my other planners and traveler's notebooks for this specific purpose, but you know, we need to try new things, and I'm excited to try this one. Okay, so this will lead us to another Happy Planner, and this is the mini version, and I just got this on sale because it was a January start, and I don't like this, but it is what it is. So this is a January start, and it was like on sale, very cheap. So I decided to try out this layout, and this is a dashboard layout. I have never had anything similar to this, at least I don't think so. And I was planning on using this for social media, but I will change that already, like before even start using it. And let me zoom you in so you can see the layout better. So I decided that this would probably be a nice home planner because me and my fiance are always debating that we need a home planner where we can put things related to our cats and when bills are due and some small tasks that need to be done on each day of the week. But I've already tried using an Erin Condren or something bigger for that purpose, but we do not need a lot of space, and we do not have a lot of space in our home to have like that big planner opened. But I think this mini size would be perfect because we can just leave it like in a side on our dining table, and we can reference this bag whenever we need. So this will probably stay that way. So it's not going to be like for my personal use, but it will be like a common planner, and I'm excited to try that and see how it's going to work out, and I will let you know. Moving on, we have this other happy planner, which was the one I unboxed in the video I already mentioned, and I'm so happy about using this planner that I already decorated 3 weeks of July in here because I was just so excited, and it was such a fun thing to do. It was not something I had to overthink. It was just like stickerating and having fun, and it's been really relaxing, and I will keep using this. So let me show you. I still need to set everything up, but I'm always afraid of putting my name. Anyhow, this is just going to be like a memory keeping thing. And I will just decorate. I'm using some watercolors, and it's basically for me to use my supplies and have fun without having to think. It's not something like artistic in the sense that I need to think about it, and it is a process. It's more something for me just to stickerate and have fun. So I already decorated, of course, the month of July, and then this is the first week and the current week that we are in. So I decided to go with a rainbow theme, and I love how this turned out. But then I just couldn't stop, so I went ahead and decorated for next week, and I decided to go with an all red theme. And the other week I already decorated with like a pink theme, and I will keep, and I also added like some washi tape. Oh my god, I was just like unstoppable. I'm not going to use this as a planner at all. I'm just going to decorate whenever I have the time, and I will have to decorate a couple of pages in advance because I won't have time every single week to decorate these, so I'm okay with that. And then I can just come back and mark down the most important things that happened those specific days, and of course I will reference back to this little guy whenever I need to do that. So these are the ones that I'm not going to be using every single day. I mean, the other ones I'm also not going to be using necessarily every single day, but I just want to mention them because these regular size, and this is the blue color, it's just a place where I have a monthly view that I just decorate sometimes, and then I have a journal insert that I can come back whenever I feel like writing more. Basically, whenever I feel like, usually it's when I'm feeling sad, that's when I feel like I need to write more, or when I'm feeling anxious. So I would just come here and write things down. Sometimes I will decorate, sometimes I won't decorate. I will just write my feelings down, and yeah, it's very useful actually. And I also had here an insert for lists for things I wanted to do, but I'm moving these to my passport, as you will see. And before the final planner or journal that we have here, I just want to mention that my Hobonichi Weeks is not in this lineup because I feel like whenever my Hobonichi Weeks appears in a lineup, I never use it ever again, but I am thinking about maybe giving a use to it after July. So I think that's how One Book July will be super important to me, and that's this little guy. So let me zoom you in again. Okay, so this is the Starbucks Roastery Traveler's Notebook, and this is a passport size. You already know I love passport sizes so much, and I decided that for One Book July, what I wanted to try was just one planner, because I know I won't be using just one journal, because I love journaling in different sizes whenever I have the time, and I love feeling creative. And even the Happy Planner, which is like a memory planning, it's actually a journal because it's all after the fact, basically. So I'm not considering it a planner. And the one problem that I had was with my work planner, but we are not having a lot of appointments, as I already told you, so I think this will work out perfectly. So I just have 3 little inserts in here, and I will do a better video showing you the setup and how I intend to use this for One Book July. But basically this will be my only planner for the month of July, or at least for the beginning of July. So I'm super excited about it. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. It's already way too long, and I will have to do some serious editing work, so you won't get tired of me speaking a lot. But yeah, this is where I am right now. I think not much has changed. I mean, there were the happy planners that I think no one was expecting, so that's new. That's something new, at least. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you are using. Are you using any of these planners and journals that I mentioned? I'm always curious to know more about what you are using. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you could get some ideas of this video, and I will see you very soon because I'm filming more today. Bye bye.